What's going on, everyone? Today I have a new stack of TTM autographs and in-person autographs. Uh, I've been trying to change up my TTM letter writing lately. I've been adding baseball, basketball, football, even some golf. One thing I've noticed is that those sports, they take way longer to sign than the NASCAR guys. But the bad thing is I'm running out of NASCAR people that I haven't already written to. So yeah, we had to switch to different sports. And plus, it's a good way for me to clean out some of the huge stacks of cards that I have instead of buying more cards, I'll just get the ones that I already have signed. So I've been hitting up a lot of retired athletes lately. But let's start off with the in-person autographs. So the other day we went to me and the kiddos, we went to the Dodgers and Diamondbacks game. So had a card of the mascot, had to get that signed. Baxter was super nice. He signed it for us during the game. So yeah, I love the mascot cards too. So we were able to get Emmett Sheehan. I haven't gotten too many newer baseball cards. One, they're always sold out at like Walmart and Target, and they're just crazy expensive now. So, but Emmett did too. And then a big one, Nolan Arenado. As you can see, this is from 2010. I've had this card forever. He signed for one of my kids. I think he signed a total of maybe 3 autographs, so I'm just happy to be able to get an in-person autograph from him. And then we have the 2001 World Series Game 7 hero, Luis Gonzalez. He's always at the D-backs game, super nice. So he signed one for me. That's all I had left. Another TTM. Well, these are all TTM now. Sorry. We have Taylor Buchholz. He signed 3 of 3. Got one for my 2008 top set. I forget how long he took. Maybe a month or 2. And then next we have Eddie Lanier. Mr. Lanier signed 3 of 3 in a couple weeks. Then another 1994 high gear for my set. And then this next one, some more 1994 high gear for my set that I'm working on. Rusty Wallace. This was my 5th attempt. He signed sporadically through the mail, but every time I tried, I always got the return to sender because his window would close. Because as you can imagine, if you follow NASCAR, you know how popular Rusty Wallace is and was. But yeah, I mean, they look good. A big old signature on there. I think he has like 12 more cards in the 94 high gear set that I'm working on, so I'll be writing him a lot of letters. And then next, in a stack of basketball cards, I found these Star Picks cards. So I've been sending out a lot of those of guys that I could find the addresses for. But this is Pete Chilcutt, former Tar Heel. He signed 101 in a couple weeks. And then next up we have Todd Bodine, one of my favorite autographs ever. I just like the way it looks, and it's legible, and he signs it big and bold. He signed 3 of 3 in a couple weeks for me. Let me see if I can get the hologram to show up for y'all. You can see Todd smiling at you. Yeah, I missed the holograms. They were super cool. And then on his license to drive die cut. Then I found a box of these Proline cards, and I just absolutely love these Proline cards because that's how I used to dress back in the day. I love my Zubaz. But Darrell Williams, he signed 101 in a couple weeks. And if you ever get any of these cards, you got to look on the back because that's where the autographs are. I had some packs that I just randomly opened, and I pulled 2 autographs. It was pretty cool. Then next up we have Greg Anthony. He signed 101 in a couple weeks. Then next up we have the Rocket. Rocket Ismail. Got him to sign one of his Canadian Football League cards. he's good about signing. It was like a 3-week return, I think, for him. And then next up we have Haywood Jeffries. He signed 2/2 in a couple weeks. Love the old Oilers uniforms. And then next up we have Mr. Jimmy Finning. He signed 3/3. Next up, Chuck Bown. Also signed 3/3. If you haven't noticed, usually I only send 3 cards as like my max. Some guys I'll send 4 if that's all I have is just 4 cards, you know, so that way I just get them all finished up. And then next up we have Mr. Mike Joy, signed 2/2 for me. And then we have David Munari, also signed 3/3. Another 94 high gear for me. At first I didn't think he signed them because he signed it so small in the red on some of the cards blended in pretty good. And then next up we have Gary Brooks. This was a fun return because he sent, I think he sent back like 7 different stickers, all Penske Racing stickers. So that was pretty cool. And then we have the GOAT, Ricky Carmichael. He signed 2/2. His took a couple months. He's been slowing down with his signing. Well, I haven't seen too many in the NASCAR groups. I haven't seen too many people sending to him, so I don't know if people just don't know his address or if he's actually slowed down with his signing. And then we have Jason McMillan, signed 1/1 in a couple weeks. I think, yeah. Then we have Red Farmer and Tommy Allison Jr. I'd already gotten Red to sign this a while ago, so I figured I would send it to Tommy. This one took a couple months to get back, I believe, because I had forgotten about this one. And then here's a pretty cool return. We have the Hat Man, Bill Broderick, this gentleman here. I had a card, had this Dale Jarrett card already signed, and I saw Mr. Broderick in there in the background, so I figured I would send that to him, try and get it signed. And then his, what is this, 92 tracks? Yeah, 92 tracks. He signed it, even put the Hat Man inscription, so that was pretty cool. And then we have Kim Wallace. It's Kenny Wallace's wife. Back in the day for Action Packed, they made 1996 Action Packed. They made cards of a few drivers' wives. So, and honestly, I knew that Kenny and Kim were still married, so I just sent it to his address, and she took like 6 months to sign it. So it's just one of those gee whiz kind of autographs, you know. If you have the card, you might as well get it signed. And then next up we have the Wood brothers. First up is Eddie Wood. Always super fast when you send to the Wood brothers. Then we have Lynn Wood. And then Lynn and Eddie signed their card. Glenn is no longer with us. So here's a fun card from back in the day. I had already had this signed by Dick Moroso, and I knew that David Ift was still alive, so I was able to hunt down an address for him, and I was able to get this one completed, so that's pretty cool. Then next up, we have former NASCAR Truck Series driver, Jerry Glanville. I really like his autograph, too. He always does that arrow. But I had some Proline of these Proline cards of him. I thought that was a pretty cool picture, too. And then next up, Mr. Tom Kelly on the 1988 All-Star card. I really like these All-Star cards, just something about them. He signed 101. I think it took about 2 weeks. Can't really remember, but yeah, I was happy to get that back. And then we have Mr. Dan Fouts. He signed this. He was pretty fast. It was less than 2 weeks, and he signs for free if you want him to put the Hall of Fame inscription. I can't remember if it's $5 or $10. I'm not sure. Then we have Mr. Deion James, signed 101, and it was like 2 weeks for him as well. He was pretty fast. Then we have Mike Golick, found one of his cards. It was a pretty quick return on his too, because it was a Scottsdale, Arizona address. And then I love getting just random stuff that nobody would think of to get signed, but I'm sure somebody will think to get one of these signed now. But Strip the King Weathers, got it signed by Richard Petty. So that's pretty cool. And then I had a card already signed by Bobby Hamilton, and I figured, hey, why not try to get the King to sign this card since he's in the picture as well. So yeah, Richard finished that one off for me. And then last we have in-person autograph, Mr. Arthur Rhodes, wearing my favorite Orioles jerseys. So he signed 2 of 2. My dad actually got this done for me in person. I needed him on the 2008 Topps. He was a pitching coach for the independent team in our hometown, so it was pretty easy for my, well, not easy. I guess Arthur Rhodes isn't a very friendly dude, but yeah, hope you all liked the video. I've been writing letters like crazy. Still just getting all the NASCAR returns. I've been trying to find some more cards in my stash and my stacks to bring some variety to these videos. So I hope y'all enjoy them. Thanks for watching.